So this section is about your jobs. Firstly, what's it like to work at Siemens?
I've been at Siemens for just over a year now, and I'm really enjoying it. So I think like from the top down, they're really keen in like early career professionals, from like apprentices to grads to interns, and they're really focused on providing like the best environment for us to be like successful in whatever route we then choose to take. And I think the best thing about working at Siemens is the opportunities you get as an apprentice. So kind of referring back to the uni route, like I rotate around all the businesses, but so by the end of it, I'll know where I want to be. Where sometimes I think when you come out of uni, you're still a bit like indecisive on where you actually fit or where you want to go.
I'd like to say for me and Matt, I think for our apprenticeship scheme, and especially Dan as well, because he was in Germany 3.5 years, we have like very different starting like experiences, because me and Matt were at college full time for the first year, and we'd only come into the offices during school breaks, like half term, etc. So Siemens was really good for that, because there's like an early careers community. So everyone that's maybe an apprentice, a graduate, or an intern from university, there's quite like a tight-knit community. So even though me and Matt weren't really in the office too much, there's lots of social events and like events to like build yourself and personal development that we could attend, even though we weren't full-time with the office, and that gave us the opportunity to meet people, even though we weren't in a role per se in the company yet.
That sounds really important, and I imagine that's one of the things people might choose university for, having that community and that social aspect. So it's really good to hear that you're getting that during your apprenticeship as well. On to the next question. Can you tell us about an exciting project that you've been working on recently?
I'm currently on a placement in tech support. So I've been doing some project work in their back room and working on, so I can gain knowledge about our various products and how we can use them, how we program them, what situations we'd find them in. So I've been doing projects like, for example, I've created a simulated lift system. I've developed code that runs a light stack so we can see visually the state of a machine from afar. And like currently I'm working on a system that will be used for cooling a server rack. So it's a whole range of products we end up on. And like, for example, this is one of the machines in our demo room. It's a 3-axis picker, and this is running on our hardware. So this is an example of what we can do with our equipment and how we can integrate it into various things. And this is hands-on. It's been built, it's been programmed, it's been designed to run efficiently.
One of the projects that I've been doing whilst I've been here in the UK, I've been doing various different projects, different tasks. So, for example, at the minute, me and a colleague are building this. We're building a demo rig, for example, just to demonstrate some of our products, and that will be used directly by our applications team. So our knowledge and these skills that we're gaining, the business is also gaining something from that. So basically, it's like this demo rig thing, which is going to be then taken on to different customers, and then the salespeople or the applications team, as we call them, so they're basically the team which would go to customers, show them how our product works. They can take this demo rig around different sites and show off that product. And basically, myself and my colleague have been building this. It's been a challenge because the product is electrically quite complicated, so we've had to do a lot of learning on that point. But we definitely our project here is now being directly integrated into to the business and can be used by fellow employees, which I find very rewarding personally. Another similar to Matthew, so we have we built a system where we managed to control motors. So it may not sound that interesting, but we have a demo room downstairs. So we were trying, this basically is this rig, if you say, it's not a rig, but the stand has different products on it. And basically we programmed the controller, and we got the whole system working, and that would then be used again for customers to show off to customers what this product does, the capabilities of it. And I found this very interesting because it was very rewarding, and also I learned about new products. So some of the products I've never worked with before, but got a chance to work here. So there's lots of variety, I'd say, as well. Especially, I'd say in the Siemens apprenticeship, you have lots of variety, lots of different skills that you gain.
I'd also add on to what Matt said. So Matt spoke a bit about what we do in the office, but also the first year we spent at college as well, we also had the opportunity to do some quite exciting stuff when we were there as well. Despite the fact it's college and you might have like a negative conception, it's like a school, it's boring. We had the opportunity to do stuff like welding, which was really fun, and mechanical assembly. So we built a little hammer. I think me and Matt said we'd bring one in, but both of us have forgot. So, oh well. But yeah, we had a little hammer we made. We did some coding. We worked with a robot as well at college. We did a little bit of programming with that. So we had a lot of like hands-on opportunities while we were at college, as well as theoretical stuff, which was a very good experience as well.
So I'm currently in like the OEM team at the minute, where I'm basically looking at hydrogen industry. So basically I'm looking into how Siemens can provide solutions for like from producing green hydrogen to how we can help build like electric vehicles. So then like this project gives me like a lot of freedom to explore industry needs, visit customers like up and down the country, and look into like what the future of clean energy will look like.
Well, that leads quite nicely into the next question, which is what's the most satisfying part of your job?
I'd say one of the things has been it's being able to see things through to completion. So like I can look at a project I've been working on and say, I've been working on this since the start. I can see I've started this. I've looked at the research for how this works. I've set it up. I've programmed for it. I've tested it, and now I can see it's implemented. It's working perfectly and whatnot. So you get a great sense of satisfaction from seeing a project all the way through. But then there's also other things that I'm sure everyone else will mention.
I was going to say, mine's always like just overcoming blockades. Like sometimes you reach dead ends and you're like, I cannot get any further. And when you finally solve it, and sometimes you don't even understand why. Like I've had it before. I've been like, oh, it's working now. I find that very satisfying. It's like when, say, I've had a problem one time, which I had for weeks, could not solve it, and then randomly got it working. I think I screamed in the office. I was really happy. I was like thrilled, like to finally get this thing working.
The most satisfying thing for me is like the personal responsibility that you get with an apprentice. So I don't actually feel like an apprentice. So I have my own responsibilities and then a lot of freedom to like proactively like pursue any of my own interests through whatever placements I want to go to, which then obviously allow me to get hands-on experience.
Yeah, so you're not treated like an apprentice by the sound of it.
Yeah.
What people might imagine an apprentice to be treated like, that you've got your own responsibility, and that sounds quite satisfying as well.
I'd also add on from before, I'd agree with what Matt and Dan were saying, but also we have volunteering opportunities and I feel like they can be very satisfying. So earlier in the year, me and Matt and a couple of apprentices were given the opportunity to like host a work experience week for secondary school children. And it was left up to us to organise what they were doing throughout the week and get the correct people involved. And I think once that week was done, that was really satisfying looking back at it. And it's sort of like we were given a lot of like responsibility, even though we're just apprentices, to do this stuff. And it's really satisfying looking back and seeing, oh, that went quite well. I'm happy with that.
Just to feed on from Ben, so that week we had a fair bit of challenge. So when we reached the end of it, of course, it's worked. We've done it. We've managed to do it. It was extremely satisfying to see. We've fully planned this week. We've fully organised everything. We've ran it now, and it's gone well. So we can say it's been a job well done, and it was a great feeling to be like we've fully done this ourselves.
Yeah, that's really cool, and it relates a lot to what Ola was saying too. With it sounds like Siemens kind of gives you that responsibility and trust for you to take the lead on things.